with Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Boy, they need a big game for JP tonight. Just 1 of 7 in game number 2. 1 of 7. Got to the free throw line twice. He was compromised with the ankle. 0 for 3 for the three-point line. So far this series, Jordan Poole. The three's not been good. 2 of 8. Andrew Wiggins for the three-point line so far this series. 3 of 16. 3 of 16. So those two guys got to get it going from the perimeter. Dante DiVincenzo didn't even take a shot in game number 2. He was rattled. He was handcuffed. He was absolutely handcuffed in that game. So got to free him up. Brian Anderson, 8:30, play-by-play voice for the Milwaukee Brewers. But he is a great voice on TNT alongside Stan Van Gundy. Does a great job. He'll talk to us at 8:30. And Kenny Caraway, or as Dibs say, Kenny carried away. He has been getting a little carried away. But he's talking his talk, and he's representing Sacramento. So I respect it. I respect the trash talk. It's all good.
How are they going to solve their offensive, or I guess for them, it's defensive rebounding situation? Like, it has to be a concerted effort to clear rebounds tonight.
It's got to be a concerted effort to clean everything
and
up.
To contest shots. Obviously, contesting shots. I thought their compete level in that first quarter really set the tone, and then, again, things kind of got away from them, and that's the hard part against the Kings. They're so young. They're so fast. Their offense is so loaded. It keeps you on edge for so long. Eventually, they're hoping that dam will break. And when come fourth quarter, they just got anything they wanted.
They did get everything they wanted. They did. They made all the clutch plays. De'Aaron Fox has been a beast in the fourth quarter. 11 points in game 2, 15 points in game 1 in that final frame. You've got to keep them out the paint. So how do you do that? Do you run 1-2-2 zone? Do you run some boxing ones? Do you trap him at half court? Do you double him on a three-point line? They get the ball out of his hands. Now, the thing about the Sacramento Kings that they deserve a lot of credit for is they've been the poise team.
Yeah.
They've been the ones who have been composed down the stretch, not the Golden State Warriors. They've taken care of the basketball late. I thought it was impressive. In the second half for the Sacramento Kings, they went into halftime with 12 turnovers, yet they led by 6 because the Warriors were fumbling with the basketball. They turned the ball over twice in the second half. Twice. So that means,
insane.
When you look at the Warriors and these 22 turnovers, that's 22 empty possessions. That's 22 possessions in which you're not getting a shot for Steph. You're not getting a shot for Clay. You're not getting a shot for Andrew Wiggins. And look at the field goal attempts. This is always a good indicator as well. FGAs for the Sacramento Kings against the Warriors in game 1. 98-90. That's a +8 when it comes to FGAs. That means a lot. That's 8 more shot attempts, 8 more opportunities to score the basketball. They win by 3. All right? You win by 3.
Yeah.
Game 2. You look at FGAs. They're a +10. They shoot the ball 92 times. The Warriors shoot 82 times. That's +18 in the series. They're getting 18 more shots than you. And they have the best offense in the league. So you got to figure out a way to balance that and even that out. The FGAs need to be even. So they're losing in every single important category in this series so far.
There's no doubt. And I just look at all those loose balls, all those Harrison Barnes, for example. I was charting, he had 5 or 6 different bat ups where he would bat it to someone else, and maybe he's not the one who gets the rebound, but somebody else clears the rebound for the Sacramento Kings, whether it's on defense or offense. And so those are either ended possessions for their defense to fuel their transition game offensively, or it gives them another opportunity. And then the Warriors, because they're trying to conservatively rebound, they're in scramble mode. And then you get a trail 3, or you get a guy coming back into the play or relocating. This is a tough one, man, and this is why I think their best defense tonight for the Warriors, efficient offense. Don't turn the ball over. Make shots. It sounds so simplistic. Make shots. Force the ball to go through the hoop. Allow your defense to be able to set itself on the other end, and I think a lot of things fall into place. They cannot have a quarter like they did in the first quarter where they had 9 turnovers.
No
doubt. Mean, I go back and watch that first quarter. They should have been up much more. What were they up 4?
23-17. 23-17.
And here's what I will say, Steve Kerr, I think we haven't given him enough credit. He felt the sense of urgency in that first quarter of game 2. He obviously went to the bench immediately, called a timeout. They were up 19-14, or maybe it was 17-12. Calls a quick timeout on kind of just a dead possession. Things weren't moving. Calls a timeout, runs a beautiful inside inbound play, and they get a nice bucket. But then the Warriors kept turning the ball over.
Well, think about it. 10 of the Kings' 17 points came off of turnovers in that first quarter.
10?
10. and you allowed them to get out and break. All right. Harrison Barnes had a nasty dunk over Klay Thompson.
On a sloppy possession.
De'Aaron Fox had a easy, fast breakaway dunk.
He's so fast.
I mean, they scored 8 points, 10 points off those 9 turnovers, where the Kings, they turned the ball over 9 times in the first quarter, and the Warriors only scored 4 off those turnovers because the Sacramento Kings had just been a step faster. Yeah. Maybe that doesn't flip. Maybe the Kings are just a better team, slightly better team, because they are a little more quicker. They are a little more athletic. And that's why in a game like tonight, if you're going to go down, I want to go down knowing, okay, can Jonathan Kuminga play in the playoffs? Can Moses Moody play in the playoffs? Can Jordan Poole be a consistent playoff performer? Does Klay have enough left in the tank to where I can go into next season feeling good about number 11?
Just for a second on the Moody thing, it is frustrating. Like, we're going to find out all this about Moody in tonight's game. We had all year. We didn't find out anything.
Yeah, it's not fair.
I mean, we didn't find out anything.
But you know what? Can't think about that tonight. It is what it is. Now's your time.
I know.
Now's your time. Game number 3 against the Sacramento Kings, down 0-2 at home. And again, fans, you want to get there early. It's going to be a zoo down there at Chase Center because you got the Giants and Mets at 6:45. Giants are back in town. You know there's going to be a lot of New York Met fans at Oracle Park and Chase Center. Whether Sacramento comes out here, floods it or not, you want to get to Chase Center early, and you want to have that stadium rocking and rolling. It ain't no funeral. I'm not going to a wake. I'm not going to the viewing. I'm going to see the Warriors win Game 3 and come back to Game 4 saying, all right, how do you tie the series up going back to Sacramento for a pivotal Game 5? That's my mindset coming into tonight.
I think a lot of people are having that same mindset.
It ain't no funeral mindset.
And then, the Jordan Poole thing, like, man, he is going to be judged off what he does in these playoffs big time. Obviously, he gets the contract extension, and there are so many people that are poo-pooing his regular season. Oh, playing all 82 doesn't mean anything, and scoring 20 points.
Who said that?
I'm just saying. I think there are a lot of people that
are there a lot of people who think that Jordan not playing 82 doesn't mean anything? We've been bitching and moaning about load management, and a guy plays 82. I bet not hear one person complain about Jordan Poole playing all 82.
Am I?
Or scoffing at that.
I'm
I know
saying
you said there's a lot of people. I don't see those people.
I've seen a lot of people just say, you know what? It matters like what he looks like in the real games, because that's what they consider these the real games. Like you can scoff at it, B.
No, I just think it's silly. I'm not saying you're silly for saying that. I'm not coming down on what you're saying. I don't want you to get defensive here, but I'm saying if anybody say that, they need to check themselves.
Well, I do think that there's a lot of people like, well, he's a regular season player. He can't play the playoffs. In terms of that, I thought he can't play defense.
The way you framed it, it's like, hey, he played all 82. Who cares? And I'm like, what? Who cares? We need more guys like Jordan Poole playing 82. No, I never said.
No, I'm saying for him. I'm saying for him and like his standing within this fan base.
I just said that last segment, Shasky. I just literally said that. You brought up Andrew Wiggins, said, hey, man, he could get a lot of fans. And I said, well, Jordan Poole, too, because of the way we felt last year about him with the pool party and the floaties and the suntan lotion.
But I do think as the playoffs progressed last year, a lot of people were like, it's too physical for him. He's turning the ball over. His shot selection.
Well, did they miss Boston? Game 5?
He came back.
Did you miss Boston Game 6?
Yeah.
Part of that pivotal run?
I do think I think it got lost. I do. I think for a lot of people it did get lost, B.
So I mean,
they're not winning this series. Right. They're not getting back in this series without Jordan Poole.
I know. I was just coming down your road because I was like, wait, people were scoffing at him playing all 82 games in a league where we're clamoring for somebody to play all 82 games.
I know. I just think that Jordan is a lightning rod for criticism. I think he's the easy person because he doesn't have the resume of the other guys. I think it's he becomes the scapegoat. I think that there are times when it is absolutely fair. JP, you're playing too fast. You're turning it over. You take horrible shots at times. But I think the criticism is too over the top on him.
Well, I think Klay and Jordan Poole this season have gotten equal criticism. I really do.
Yeah, I do.
I think whenever things go awry, we point at Jordan Poole or we point at Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I'm guilty of that.
That's not fair. That's not fair. It just really isn't.